Great. Okay, so on this stream, I will be focusing on what was the shortcut web technologies. And now, where should what category should this be? So I'm kind of thinking of life work that maybe I should put it there because setup is not really setup because I'm creating something. And not just a tool. So what that life work project contain? It can be many things. It can be voluntary work. It can be philosophy study, politics, research, but also building technologies, building solutions, websites. So this kind of goes to that category. So the idea is that I will actually first maybe I can just keep it as random and selecting category. Of course, those categories I can change them. It's not they're not important. If I put it as life work, is it misleading? If someone were to watch this, okay, okay, maybe I shouldn't think about this too much. So let's put it to life work and researching web. Researching web technologies. Yeah, I think this is fine. All right. So the goal is to figure out stream 13. This is a log. No need to. No need to write it here yet. The goal is to figure out what technologies should I use when I'm building my proper website. Right now, let's create a new Firefox instance. Actually, I should probably make I should make multiple different Firefox profiles. I can do it pretty quickly, I think. Okay, no. So tempting to jump between topics. Okay, let's stay on this. So now if I go to my website, this is Obsidian's default publishing website. Where can I... Oh, I'm so bad at this. Why am I so bad at this? Expand all. Ah, yeah. This is... so this is Obsidian's own stuff. My goal is to make it myself. I'm not going to pay Obsidian forever to host my notes, my website, because I want the flexibility. I want the ability to change anything or everything. And yeah, if I change all the code, then why would I use Obsidian anymore? This layout, this style. I might use it as a note-taking app. Why not? But I would just cancel that publishing feature. So yeah, I will. So right now the plan. Let's see if it is here. I could make it easier. No, I could create solutions. It could be an app, for example. Do I have web apps? Maybe not. But if I were to create some sort of democracy app, it would be on the web probably, or one version of it. I'm thinking. So now, currently, I have used this large whiteboard only. But should I start adding new or separate this? So if I had one section for the website itself, I could have different files for notes, just my notes about technologies. And then I could have its own whiteboard there. But is it the best idea to group it that way? So website. What about mobile app? Other solutions. So if I have 5 different versions, well, they could all be under it then, just one version at a time. If I were to visualize my thoughts, what was it, 7? So if I have here, we should make it bigger. So if I have here this structure, and then I could have not like that. subfolders. How will I create this? Does it matter? No, actually it doesn't matter right now. If I build it here, then I have to move it at some point anyways. Okay, I think because no one is watching this and the website will evolve, I think, a lot. So it won't stay like this. I will change the layout, the structure a lot. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's do this. So let's create website. Let's create a new folder called website. And here I will have at least notes. So general. List notes, and then is it drawing? Yes. Rename this Xcali. What message? TikTok. Okay. So I have don't like the style. Obsidian website. Stroke width is 2. So this is the plan. And right now I have the so this I have this already, and it could just point. So right now it is pointing to here, but I can just change it to here instead. So this won't change. And Obsidian is hosting this. So they have they're hosting it. Let's say 10 euros per month. I don't like that gap there. And that's better. And then their own code, which I can change. I already have. If I start a new window, let's see. So live work. Is it here? Yeah, this is Obsidian. So I already copy pasted JavaScript and CSS. Let's pin this. So I can change the code, no problem. But why would I? Why would I continue this when I can make my own? But here It's two different things, and of course, this cost is about hosting. So I need to have where do I host, and then what and what technologies I use for the site. My experience on web development is pure HTML, CSS, JavaScript when I started, when it was taught on the university. And then I have used React the most. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, and then Next.js, little bit. At some point, I tried to learn .NET, and I think it's ASP.NET or something. These are just random. I should make it bigger. These are just random libraries or technologies I have used. And then Babylon.js for VR stuff. A little bit of 3JS. So those uses WebGL, WebGPU nowadays. But they don't really or they are not about HTML, CSS. They are game engines or 3D engines, pretty much. So I didn't think about HTML or CSS. It was just JavaScript. And then just a little bit of, what is this awful language? Two or 3 years when I touched this. PHP. I'm not going to code in PHP. Not going to happen. And then for the hosting, so this is so coding, and then so hosting, I could my own server, or actually let's see, server. So this I already mentioned that I looked into it just a little bit, asked AI a few questions, and it gave an instruction on how to achieve this. At some point, I'm pretty sure I will try it. I could host my website on my laptop, old laptop, install Linux there, host a server. But I think that's not necessary for now. And also, scalability is very hard. So I'm thinking about using Azure. Uh, Azure, Microsoft. I don't know why. I have tried AWS just a little bit. There was this hackathon where they taught AWS, but I remember it was terrible. I just followed some instructions word to word what to do. Their site is it has a lot of features, and yeah, it was very confusing. Azure, so was it 2 or 3 years ago when I thought about this ASP.NET, that maybe I should learn .NET C# to get a job and work on that technology. Also because I was already then, I had coded or uh, words are not coming. I had a little bit of experience with Unity that uses C#. So I thought, hey, why not jump fully on this and then host my CV website on Azure. I don't know, or I know almost nothing of this, but currently I think I could host it on Azure just because why not? So I would buy their machines. That's the question. So um, uh, I know I have so little experience, I can't even remember the terms, but there's an option to choose their service. So maybe they have the server already running and I can just put my website there. That's the easiest one. But what I also can do is, I think there are multiple different options, but I could go with bare minimum that, hey, I will just rent your machine. I will I will install the operating system. I will manage everything. If I chose that, that would mean extra work, but of course I would have better control if I wanted. I could do that just in steps. First choose the easiest option like I did here, and then gradually go to more bare with more control if I feel like that's the best thing I should do. But okay, I think this is good enough initialization. I really don't have that much thoughts. Why am I now talking about this? It's not necessary for making videos, which I already. Oh, compatible. Okay. So this, of course, making videos is my goal. I want to make those videos so that I can start sharing them. Right now, I have mentioned this project to many people, but like 30 people, I think. But to complete strangers, I I don't want to link or tell that, hey, look at my channel. There's there's over 10 live streams totaling over 40 hours worth of footage that you can't follow. I want to make those videos because then I can just link to them. But hey, watch this 5-minute video. You get an idea what's my goal and who I am. And then video about my research, video essays, and then ask if, or yeah, get their opinions, feedback, and see if they are interested in collaboration or just follow this journey. So why am I talking about this? The reason is that tomorrow I will go to a meeting with my possible new group members, and in that meeting we might, or in that project, project members, in that project we will build a website. And at least currently I have a feeling that I will decide a lot about this. So I want to be somewhat ready to say anything. But I feel like the goal of that project, which is to build sort of game, but not with graphics. Some graphics, yes. But more about information, showing information, card game type. I'm not sure what technology should we use there. But the feeling of that project, that website, is very similar to what I want to do here. Show information with my own website and experiment. Do cool kinds of animations, navigation systems, and show different kinds of data. I don't know, but right now I'm kind of thinking about that project first. But it will help my own life work project as well. But that's the main motive for this. But yeah, should I? Ah, this was already. Maybe I should have used the notes, but oh well. Yeah, no need to keep this if I don't want. So hosting, that's one part. And then coding, that's another. Then there is testing. Testing and at least planning. I have used Figma just a little bit. In a few courses, we used Figma to build the demo. I think most of the time it has been mobile apps, so I'm not sure what's possible with, or is there any difference when building a web desktop app or desktop web app. So planning, I don't like this. Okay. No, just plan. Plan, test, code, and host. Simpler, better. And then probably on GitHub. I don't see any reason why not. Maybe there are better options, but no need to focus on that. The code will be there. Testing will be there. So plan, is it Figma? Actually, maybe dev tools. Yeah, could be. So GitHub, just some VS Code or Gemini, some other. Although Figma would be in DevTools also. Oh, testing. I think that will depend on my tools, VS Code, and then technologies. I think they have integrated testing systems that I should use. So testing, there is browsers. Most of these are Chromium based. But yeah, and then so one important thing is desktop. So it needs to be usable with mobile. So two different solutions is required for this project, I think the aim is to just build some sort of demo. I'm not sure. Tomorrow I will learn more about their plans. But I would like to choose. So if I were to select, I would like to choose a solution that's widely used. So React would be nice. And then if we were to use game engine for some reason, we just pick Unity and be done with it. Just because it's safe. I'm not confident on choosing anything else. I will try to do the research now to figure out if I should use something else, Svelte, or what are the options? I don't even remember. Or I don't know. I haven't coded for web in a long time. Never properly, but even when I did some coding, it was over 3 years ago. Testing, I have never done much. Just debugged using print. That's pretty much it. So planning, then the tools, developer tools, that's easy. These already I can use. But yeah, the technology, what is the library? I can't select this. There's just too much to code. Okay, React or Next.js. So Next.js is server side, uses server side rendering. So client. Okay, this is a good question. If it is a game, of course it will use performance on client side, but yeah, I'm not sure about this. I'm not that certain about this. Does it really make that big of a difference? So nowadays, devices should be pretty good. Yeah, I have to do research. I really don't know what would be the best choice. And then database. I have used SQL, MySQL, or MongoDB, but structured. I'm not even certain if It doesn't. I'm not even certain if this is the correct way to compare or just choose structured versus non-structured. It will depend on the data. What kind of data is stored? So I have no experience on this. SQL I have worked with. It's pretty easy. Security stuff I have no experience on. So creating login. Of course, yeah, SQL injection. That sort of safeguards in the backend I have done, but SQL's inner security or admin profiles or such haven't done. But the good news is that this is a separate thing. Of course, it will be linked, but I feel like if I start with SQL and then decide that hey, we will make the whole scheme again, change all the data to NoSQL database and then rework the backend, that it wouldn't be that big of a deal. I feel like this, for this project at least, for making the demo, and even if we go forward after that and start to build the whole product, even then it wouldn't be that big of a rework. I could be wrong. And at that point, I hope there were other people to make the decisions. Backend. So this is, of course, front end. Front end stuff. Backend, I already forgot. So backend, I have used Java. Java was the language that was taught first. So in my studies, the programming was started with Java. Object-oriented programming. Java is pretty nice, I think. I like it. I haven't used that much, but I liked objects. And I like the class or types. So Python, I'm not even gonna write it here. Python I have used in most amount of projects, but most of the time it has been just small codes, small scripts, and not study related. I like Python for its simplicity. It's how easy it is to code with it, but I don't like the indentation system and no type, no hard type system, and that goes to JavaScript as well. JavaScript is the language that I have coded the most, I think. Maybe okay, maybe Java I have used or coded the most. JavaScript I have used the most. So there has been more projects using JavaScript. But yeah, with Java I have written I have made 2 projects where I wrote thousands of lines of over 1,000 lines of code with Java, and with JavaScript I have used libraries like React, and that doesn't count. But with Java I have created most custom code. JavaScript, TypeScript. So if I were to write this web or my own website, I think I would just use TypeScript, because why not? I like types. I don't like the uncertainty of JavaScript. I don't mind using more time to write the types, but also with AI, yeah, how much code do I even need to write myself? Let's just do TME square TypeScript. Node.js. Wait, now I'm using backend. Okay, no. Node.js. So yeah, these are languages, but how does it work? Wait. Yeah, well, I can. Why didn't I just do this instead? Wait. Am I confused? Maybe. It's okay to be wrong. These are minor things. If I choose a Node.js backend, yeah, I can choose either JavaScript or TypeScript. Because, well, TypeScript just changes the code to JavaScript in the end. It's for the. I think that's pretty much. Maybe it's not that black and white, that simple, but that's how I see it right now. So it's mainly just for development purposes. That if the types are written in the source code, then the testers, testing systems, debuggers, they immediately can see the logic that, hey, that type is wrong. Whereas in JavaScript, yeah, good luck with that. Node.js is my use to or go to backend. Tech. Not sure if that's the best, but I think I would just use this. So it kind of seems like I am choosing the most familiar tech, but I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say. What am I talking about? I'm not choosing anything yet. This is just the beginning thoughts without knowing, without coding for years properly. I'm not sure if things have changed or not. Why can't I? It's in full screen mode. Let's use this. I have Edge. Why do I have Edge? Was there some app that didn't work? Oh, I have so many. Apathy. Trending videos. Oh, 63 points. Being chat. On my main profile, I use Edge for development stuff. Maybe I can just continue with Firefox. And just for fun, I will change the search engine to DuckDuckGo. So let's go with this. And I think I should be able to, yeah, pretty easily change something else as well. Before opening Gemini, I will again first see what I have typed there. Is it work related? It was announced at some point that they will bring one-time chats. I haven't seen them. Maybe I need to enable them somewhere. I would use that because now it stores everything. Let's delete this. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, nothing too crazy there. Human reviews. To stop this for future chats, turn off Gemini apps activity. Don't enter info you wouldn't want reviewed or used. For most people, I would suggest disabling this, turning it off. But in my case, I don't really care. I'm already oversharing my thoughts, my life, and I will share so much more that how much would someone like Google get from me? So I think, yeah, I'll just leave it there. Should I do a deep research? I could do that. So images with guided learning. Guided learning I haven't tried. How does it work? I have had this possibility to use Veo for a long time. I haven't tested it out. I know it uses a lot of server power. So maybe that's why. Research with your own files. Yeah, I need to test that at some point. Oh, from Drive. Should I add all of my personal notes there or here? I don't need deep research. I don't know what I'm doing. So, and I don't need reasoning. Was there anything else? Reasoning, math, code? Yeah, no. This is just basic information of what tech I should choose. Okay, maybe. Yeah. Should I write the specs first here or no? What should I choose? No, no. Let's write it here. All right. I will. No, wait. This was about the game website. Although the specs are completely same. The same. Okay. Um, yeah, I will write the notes here first. And I will use my website as an example. So website specs. So it will have possible features. Okay, this is good. Flashcards with some nice animation. Yeah, that's good. Then complex navigation. I just saying that I will write the logic. I will do this myself, and I will assume that these features are not available in some library. Of course, this might not happen, but that's still maybe important to note. Why am I wearing my smartwatch? Stupid of me. um, Pannable. Wait, is that? Maybe I can't say it like this. Let's say Mobile version, that's important. What else? A 3D engine. So would I use WebGL? Maybe that flashcards already uses it. 3D engine, probably not. But yeah, so this is something I'm not certain. So if I this is wrong. Huh? I'm pretty sure it closes it is itself. But I'm not certain about how this works, but let's say I have three or four pages. And this is main page dashboard. And article page 3D racing game. VR. WebXR. WebXR page. So let's say I have this website and it's just one website. So it was like this. This is the website. And first it goes here to main page. And it's like any other website. Then I select something, I go to here. Okay, I have a scrollable article and maybe some nice navigation or something. And then it could be store, like a store. I see items, I can select them. They go open their own pages and everything is normal. And the app runs like any normal web store app or article app. And then I press just some button on top bar and I go here and it starts loading racing game. And suddenly I'm playing some game. And then I go back here and I'm reading some article. And it won't slow down the whole website. So the experience is not worse if I were to use the website only for these purposes. And then I go here and I have another 3D game of sort, but it's in WebXR, so in VR mode, AR mode. So is this possible? I don't see any reason why not. But I would like to have a website where there might be suddenly some games there. Or VR experiences. That everything is on the same website. That if I use React, just some page would run WebXR stuff. Hmm. So if the website is capable of all of this, I think that's it for this project that I'm starting. Just this, I think, is what's needed. This level of features, flashcards, and then whiteboard or some sort of panable view. So I can zoom maybe large tree of nodes. But let's use this. So I start to It's very poor prompt. Oh, hmm. Yeah, let's just put something there. I will then I will then ask more and more questions. It sounds like fun and ambitious. Oh god. Based on your goals, you're looking to build rich, interactive website that goes beyond standard. Yes. Good choice for your website. Given your experience, React is excellent choice for managing the complex state and dynamic UI of the features you have described. Here's why. Modular components, yeah, I know this. This is what I like about React. State management. Few features like the whiteboard and flashcards active ecosystem. So this is, yeah, important that it's commonly used. Hey Google, lights on. It's starting to get dark already. Animations, Framer, Motion, React Spring, 3D graphics, 3 Fiber, a single page application experience. You can absolutely integrate your own custom JavaScript and features like website without making the website buggy. Just to manage the integration properly, for instance, you can create a dedicated React component that wraps your 3JS or WebXR code. This component will handle 3D scene, ensuring it's mounted and cleaned up correctly within the React application. You will need to use other technologies to build your more experimental features. Think of them as tools in your toolbox. Okay, 3D graphics racing game. Recommended technologies 3JS or other website like Webland.js. Upcoming. Why these are standard libraries. Rendering 3D graphics. Spring, Framer, Motion, React Transition. Canvas API, Canvas. I'm pretty confident with React, or I was already beforehand, but I want to make sure that there aren't any new new better choices. 3JS. Lazy loading. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Responsive. Tailwind CSS. Um, well, okay. I just can't name the other ones, but yeah, I have heard many other. So I'm with AI. You need to confront it and try to go beyond. Yeah, because if I use hey, is React good, then it says yes, and then yeah, I might not get the result I want. Better choice than basic React setup for a project like yours would be a full-fledged framework like Next.js or a modern performance-focused alternative. So it so it basically just named the ones that I named. Why Next.js could be a better choice? Yes, it keeps everything you like about React, but adds powerful features that are especially beneficial The main advantage is, yes, static site generation. Huge win. The server pre-renders the HTML for these pages, which means they load almost instantly. Better, yes, okay. Significant improvement. React single page application. For your experimental features, 3D games, while the heavy lifting for these features will still happen, faster initial page load. Interactive content more quickly. Why Svelte could be a better choice. Svelte is a different kind of framework. Unlike React, which runs in the browser, Svelte is a compiler. It compiles your code in tiny vanilla JavaScript bundles, build time, with no runtime library needed. This fundamental difference gives some key advantage for your specific use case. Superior for performance. Yes. Which are major benefit side with heavy animations. Um, Consider it more intuitive, requires less code. That doesn't matter. New libraries. While React Next.js are still main players, a few other frameworks are gaining traction. Performance. Solid.js. Haven't heard. Quick, I think I have. Experimentally fast performance and fine without the virtual DOM. Instantaneous interactivity. Huh? Pausing execution on the server and resuming. Hmm. Then make a comparison with my wanted features. Common decision and right answer depends on the project specific needs. Yeah, I have, of course, learned this before, but I have forgotten it. rather trade off flexibility and pre-configured solution. It's a powerful engine, while Next.js is a high-performance car built with that engine. Building user interfaces. View layer of an application plus core tools. Yeah, well, minimalism, yes. Routing library. Mm. Getting a React app to production with features like code and service that running requires significant external libraries. Full stack React. Okay. Next.js very strong contender. Yeah, this could be a nice thing. String. Huh? Wait, no. String. Oop. Very smooth, fluid user experience. Mm. Which can be more cost effective, scalable. for every small change. Actually, yeah. Slower initial load time. In my case, I don't care about the old browsers or poor internet connections. I'm looking to the future, and yeah, I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, this is not an issue. And also this isn't really an issue. Hybrid solutions like Next.js. Huh. Have this standard recommended practice. So why I'm not liking this? Why I'm not liking this server-side rendering is because of the cost. I wouldn't like to pay for that server cost because my goals are is not to create big commercial apps or websites. I'm more interested in the free versions, and that's the reason why Wikipedia and most free sites are very simple. No one wants to pay for that data. Yeah, I think uh, Okay, let's read this. Or client. Marketing landing pages. Would I want to create that stack myself? That's sort of what we did in school. That we used. I think I have used Redux, React Router, Vite I have used, Webpack I have used. I think the flexibility. Flexibility. It would require more work, but I think it would be worth it in my case. Or would it? Hmm. And requires more manual setup. Code splitting, server-side rendering. If I chose Next.js, I could just use client-side server, uh, client-side rendering for most parts. It would just be the landing page. And even that, if I felt like, hey, it's taking too much server resources for like half a second, I don't care. Right. Server load. Hmm. Performance issue. And only server-side rendering for the yeah, this is important question because I for my website it's not going to be a normal website. This these advices would be good advice to many, but maybe not me. You should not. The overhead and costs associated with full stack framework would far outweigh the benefits for a particular use case. Instead, building your own stack centered on client-side rendering is the more logical and cost-effective solution. Getting examples would be nice. Is better fit. The reasons to choose custom stack over Next is easier. Server cost and load. The main cost comes from services features which rely on serverless functions that have per request cost. Care about you aren't using pure can be hosted as a static site. Free for personal projects. Essentially non-existent. Well, it wouldn't be non-existent. Well, actually, yeah, server load, but the bandwidth. If I had like 100 gigabytes of stuff there, then it's for search engine optimization. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I thought. Future solutions. Would this same advice fit to the project that I'm starting with? Card game. Um, so that project would benefit more from the speed, but hmm, But the cost could be also important. Although speed, yeah. Hmm. With this new, although same, and disregard. Specialized tool for building. Okay, it mentions the svelte. I fear that the Gemini thought thinks it's better than it really is because I mentioned that. Compiling the pure entire site as a static asset. Large ecosystem available talent. Yeah. Um, Thousands of pages. Different. Changes the stack. Reinforces the need for a modern framework that provides automatic code splitting. Far more difficult to manage manually for a website of this scale. Um, Maybe this is unnecessary. I don't think it would have that, or it wouldn't have that many, but I'm just trying to think the far end. Oh. Yeah. Solid.js. Vue, of course. Mm. Okay, that WebXR is my thing. It's not necessary for it. For the new project. I think next I should maybe watch some videos. Videos about these topics. Examples would be nice. Hmm. Yeah, but I would still need, of course, the backend. Hmm. Okay, I think that's, yeah. So Next.js. React. Yeah, I think I need to watch some videos. For this, I don't have the setup, so I don't want to watch the videos this large. How should I do it? If I just duplicate this, change the screen size, it could work. But then if I make changes here, it won't automatically make the changes there. Yeah, I think that's the easiest way. So let me just duplicate this as scene 2, and now, oh, yeah, that wasn't okay. So why does it do that? Is this good enough? If it was this small. Hmm. Do I need to read the YouTube's terms of use? Needs to be transformative. One video, the guy said that the good indicator that you're doing right is when people complain that uh, that you interrupt it too much or talk over the video itself, meaning that they can't enjoy the video barely. So that's the goal. In my case, I will speed up this a lot, but I'm just thinking if that makes it kind of disservice, dishonor it, the video. Or yeah, the creator. Do I dishonor them if I speed up 3x, skip the advertisement? I think it will be transformative. It should be. I'm commenting on it. I'm trying to learn from it. It's very hard because there's no clear lines. I don't know when I have gone too far until I get that notice that hey, you have to take this off. That I have violated copyrights. Yeah. Let's try this. Then I need to hide these videos or streams. Let's see what happens. So right now, see if I logged in to YouTube. No. Gipnoni. Oh. Why have I logged in with my Gipnoni account? Nazi Germany. All right. Maybe, yeah, I don't want to think about this. I will just use the Firefox. No, wait. I can't use this Firefox. I don't want to test if I choose change the channel, how it will affect this live. It probably doesn't, but okay. So let me then just quickly hide this. And why have I logged in? No idea. I'll just sign out. Reject all and now sign in. That's weird. Huh? Password. Correct. Nice. This is my main account, email account, and that has 26 random characters. Good luck trying to guess that. Okay, but I'm in. So now let's go to scene 2. Although before that, I want to sit down. I stood up for over 2 hours. Let's see how it works. I can do that. Last. Oh. Yeah, that should be it. I will increase the light soon. Oh. Okay. I do have socks on. Oh. I need to lower it even more. Okay, that should do it. Great. Need to take that off. Wait, 4 hours. Yeah, maybe I should take it off right away. Donated blood. I hope it's not going to flow. Yeah, looks good. Okay. So I have my YouTube here, and before I can start watching, I need to install some extensions. Huh? Get more extensions. What do I need? I could just sign in. They would come automatically. Enhancer for YouTube. This is a must. Yeah. I will configure it in a moment. Then I think, what was it? YouTube. Let's see, just YouTube. I don't need ad blocker. There was this old layout. Okay, maybe I need to search that. YouTube with restore. What is the extension name? These were a year ago. Okay, let's see if this was it. No. But wait, does it work? If it works, then Chromium. Might as well try it. Okay, what else do I need? YouTube height. Shorts. Yeah, probably for this. I don't need to see any shorts. Let's see. What do I already have? So I think posts per row. Shorts. That won't matter, I think. Channel page. I don't know what that is. Let's. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Actually, yeah, hide shorts. I'm used to converting them. Okay, and then control. Yeah, sure. Volume I haven't touched. Automatically set. I think full HD is fine. It doesn't change the stream, but this is what I have used to. No, wait. Changing it to 4K and not switch back. Don't care. Disable all but this. Wait. Cool, this is now, yeah, it's updated. I don't need this at all. Let's take that off. Videos per row channel. Let's do, I don't know, shorts. Hide shorts. Related videos. Yeah, this is cool. Theme. Don't care. Yeah, let's see. Oh, this works. Definitely better. What YouTube also does is it shows the same video again. So if I scroll down, wait, now this seems quite okay. But I'm used to seeing some video like here and then again here. Doesn't want to do the work and show me. Unique videos. Yeah, AI stuff. So this is my development algorithm. Grok VR stuff. Does it show my history? No. No, this is this is just random. Or not random, it tries to guide me. Okay. React to today. No, wait, that's React. React.js in 2025. It still shows shorts. What is the catch here? Hide shorts. So that doesn't work. Okay, how big of a problem it is? It's quite annoying. Quite annoying. Shows it first. Okay. Then let's YouTube filter. No, YouTube search. Search fixer. No, wait, did I use this? Only 500. What is this? I think I used this. At least tried it. Doesn't have that many. But yeah, I don't care. Okay, so hide related results. Horizontal card. Mixes short panel. No lives. This is specifically for my development channel playlists. Okay, let's try this. Yes, much better. Okay. 3 months ago, the growing divide among React developers. Why are we learning React first? Full course. 2 hours. Pretty short. React View. Oh, I have watched this a year ago. Tailwind. Fireship. Don't remember that video. One filter is this year. I think most of these were already. So the performance. 12th. Angular. View. Mm. Huh? One extension I want also is Vimium. Wait, what? 5? Huh? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's way more popular in Chrome extensions. Let's see. Yeah. Let's. It's not allowed. Yeah, it is. So exclude keys. What I want to exclude is basically just this, I think. Don't need this. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I don't want to use no, I don't like to use the mouse that much. Okay. Maybe I should. Can I create a shortcut? This here, maybe not. Let's go into settings, hotkeys. Here I can switch to scene. So this is scene 1. This is something I don't like, that I don't know what are the most or already used shortcuts in my system. So Windows 11 shortcuts, Edge shortcuts, YouTube shortcuts, or OBS shortcuts. So what shortcuts are available? I would like to know that. And I haven't searched, I haven't tried to do that. I'm not going to do that now, but what should I do? Can I do this? Control Shift, maybe. But yeah, maybe I realized that it's already in use. Control Shift L. This kind of seems like pretty used already. But now I can switch between the scenes. And let me actually put that up there on my second monitor so that I can see this change. So yeah, it doesn't work. What did I press? Control Shift L. Huh. Wait, what did I press? So what if I go and change it to Control Shift Alt? Because I already have my both hands here. Pretty sure this is not used. Control Alt Shift L. No edge, don't do it. And then okay. Yeah. Good. Yeah, let's watch Fireships video first. Have I included the audio? This I don't know how it will sound,
Don't tell anyone,
but
but
yeah, it seems to be okay. I will just decrease the volume a little bit. I feel a bit scared to watch videos because or start this. It feels like at any moment someone could come and just take me to jail or something. I'm breaking the law.
while AI has been taking their jobs, React has been too busy fighting their own civil war to even notice. On one side of the battlefield, you have the rebels fighting for the women, children, and the simplicity of React tooling. On the other, you have Team Iceland from the Mighty Ducks trying to sell you cloud infrastructure and hosting services. In today's video, we'll break down both sides of the debate so you can be informed about all the latest React drama while you're standing in line at the soup kitchen. It is May 5th, 2025, and you're watching the Code Report. If you've been feeling happy or fulfilled over the last few years, you probably missed that React, everyone's favorite fun and 4D UI library, hit puberty. Started rage listing Olympus yet.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the best video to watch because yeah, it's basically just memes, but
And seemingly changed its full identity. When React first launched, despite some early hate, it quickly grew in popularity because it made the view a function of your application state. And all you had to do was worry about how the state of your application changed, and React would handle the rest. React today followed the same ethos, but that's only half of the picture now. What used to be a client-only library has metastasized across the network to take over the server. Take this code, for example. This is a perfectly valid React server component. It doesn't need to follow the traditional rules of React, like not fetching data during render, because it doesn't have the same constraints as a typical React component. In a way, you can think of server components as fancy serializable HTML template generators. Their entire job is to compute the UI and ship it to the client. Conceptually, this is pretty simple, but it enables some pretty cool stuff. Take this one, for example. If this were a traditional React component, the entire Papa library would be included in the JavaScript bundle.
I'm not getting anything.
That the user would need to download before sending anything on the screen. With server components, all that's shipped to the client is the end result of the computation. In this case, just the final table and some instructions for React to follow.
I'm not too tired to watch. Maybe yeah. Let's server side rendering cost. 2 years ago. Have I watched this? Ah, no. Maybe I have. Wait. Yeah. Top 3. Two years ago. What? Yeah, let's watch this.
In the past few years, we have seen a surge of interest for the topic of server-side rendering with the rise of
Ah, yeah, that's bad. So return YouTube dislike. Oh, what are these ones? Doesn't even give the correct one. Have they? Yeah, okay, here. Let's try this again.
In the past few years, we have seen a surge
Yeah, that's better. Um,
of interest for the topic of server-side rendering with the rise of frameworks like Next.js and the push of frameworks like Angular to support server-side rendering. But if we rewind the clock 20 years ago, we realized that server-side rendering was actually the way many websites were rendered during the rise of the internet in the early 2000s. So it raises multiple questions. First, what is actually server-side rendering? Why did we move away from that? And why are we going back? Hi, my name is Kevin. I make video on tech behind products and software engineering, so like the video and subscribe for more. Let's start by explaining what server-side rendering actually is. Well, it's the process of rendering web pages directly on the server, reducing the workload of the client. Taking the server-side render app as an example. The content here is sent to the client, and the browser render the page for each click. Another example is the e-commerce website testing. When you click on each section, the content is rendered by the server and sent to the client. The only benefit of this process is speed. Applications are rendered fast, and for users with slow internet, the loading of web page is more efficient. Now that we understand what server-side rendering is, it's easy to get why it was so popular. In fact, most of the websites available back then was static websites, and the internet was very slow into this standard. So rendering all the HTML on the server just made sense. On top of that, server-side rendering technology like ASP.NET or PHP were very powerful, well designed, and met the need of most developers. But with the web growing in popularity,
wait, the rise and fall. Yeah, I don't know. Can I watch this like this? It's too hard. Am I making them transformative? Just getting the data and then teaching the video immediately. Three years ago. Yeah, it's not easy. Definitely not easy. Wait, did I already? Yeah, I started to watch this. Hmm. Let's watch this.
When it comes to developing
And maybe just a tiny bit slower.
web and mobile applications, React
Although the dislike ratio seems like you don't have view, you just this could be an interesting.
as a professional.
Using Nuxt.js, I go straight to the comment section always. Svelte is very good for small projects. It's the most easiest to learn according to me. Gives better performance frameworks.
Web developer, I do work a lot with React, Angular, Vue, and similar libraries and frameworks, especially since I do a lot of front-end web development. And of course, I also got some best-selling courses on those libraries and frameworks, and therefore it's only natural that I often get asked what my personal favorite is and which library or framework I would recommend to learn or to focus on, for example, now that a new year starts. And therefore, over the next minutes, I want to give you an idea of what my favorite is and why that's the case, and I'll explain why it, of course, depends, as it always does, which framework or library you should focus on, but I'll also explain what it depends on. And therefore, I'll explore the different philosophies behind those different frameworks. I'll explain who owns and runs those frameworks and libraries, and what
E2 code. What is that?
what that means for you and why that should influence your choice, which library or framework you're going to use. And I'll also take a look at the popularity, the numbers, how often those libraries get used. I'll, of course, also give you an insight into how performant those frameworks and libraries are and if that matters. And I'll, of course, also explore how easy or difficult those different libraries are to learn and to master and to become better at. Before I then, as promised, also let you know what my personal favorite is. Now, let's start with the different philosophies, because that's really important. We got all these different libraries and frameworks, but they don't all have exactly the same philosophy, the same way of working, and the same approach towards the idea of giving you a tool that you can use to build web applications or front-end web applications. For example, React, which
I think, yeah, it would be easier to just read some article, I think. React. So let's read some article about this. July. Yeah, sure. Ever asked yourself how popular? Should I use ad blocker or no? No need. It is a bit distracting. Oh well. I think because I have used ad blocker for years, I have forgotten how it feels to see ads. So it could be an interesting experience to see what it's like for those who don't run ad blockers. Ever asked yourself, this is too small. Oh. All the ads went away. Interesting. Well, this is one solution. Ever asked, yeah, interesting. React.js. Latest developments. Okay, let's just go to comparison. Isn't the only framework Angular, Vue, Svelte. Angular. TypeScript based, nice. Follows the model view controller architecture. I haven't watched any Angular stuff, I think. So I'm not familiar with this. Enormous learning curve and intricate framework than React. Simply used in large business applications. Wait, what? It's simply used. Is this automatically trans article? Well, interesting. Vue is an okay. I think the message would be the same nonetheless. Some resource community support when compared to, yeah. So React.js, because of that community support, I like it. If there was like 20 people coding, then I think it would make more sense to select just the best tool for the purpose, because some would already know that tool. Maybe they could teach others, but also there's just more resources to get to understand it and possibly focus on some bugs while others are or continue developing new features. But if I were to choose some less common, less popular, although these are all pretty popular, but still popular frameworks, then I could get stuck into some places that I don't know, holds the whole project or stalls it. Stable, really. Yeah. Huh? WebAssembly. Have I searched? Do I know this? Oh, did I just? No. Wait. I think maybe this is the problem. Not familiar with the Vimium all the codes. WebAssembly. Eh, 2021. Very soon. Standard called WebAssembly. Good thing it will be supported by all browsers. Official web. Low level language. Okay. WebAssembly. Yeah, I think if this is a big thing, it will come. I will come across this later. What is this article? When was it? Wait, what? Last updated? Really? Okay. I think for the project that I will be involved with, I think we will use React. Just simply use that. Because it is popular. I think most web developers would know it. So if the project continues without me, they could migrate the project to use Next.js, for example. In this time frame, or yeah. Yeah, I should start with React. And then, oh, okay, I need to select this, and now I can navigate. Okay. So, yeah, this is my website, but for the other project, the goal is to create a demo, I guess. And we will have an extensive document explaining all the stuff, testing document type, or including testing, describing all the features, not just in code, but in the document or in Figma. So if the demo is good, or of course it will work, but it will show what am I trying to say? That if it's, or when it's half planned, it's already half finished. That even if we end up using some other tool, it wouldn't be that hard to create it because there's also already a vision for it. The plan is good. It's just transferring stuff. So in that sense, choosing React, Vue, Svelte shouldn't matter that much, I think. The logic should be similar. That database, uh, that might be another matter, but yeah, React. For my project, my website, do I feel like I should use something else? It's, I think I would like that flexibility. And with React, there are already so much material there, content, that creating the server-side rendering solutions, configurations shouldn't be that hard, I feel. And by having to do the configuration, I hope I would learn more. And yeah, with this, again, it wouldn't matter that much, I think, if I started it all over with another tool, because I would have the plan already there. It would just be building it with another tool. Hmm. I feel like I haven't done enough because I haven't changed anything. The only thing that has evolved is that I would use Vite, which I already have used. Okay, let's search most popular web 30. React.js. Yeah. Really? Angular? Vue. Simplicity. Yeah. 2 years ago. Let's do this here. Might have changed. Okay, let's try this.
Hey everyone, this video will compare Next.js and Vite.
Maybe a slightly too... Oh, 1 minute long. Interesting. I mean, that's it.
Hey everyone, in this video we will compare Next.js and Vite. When comparing Next.js and Vite, both are popular tools for building React applications but serve different purposes. Next.js is a full-stack React framework that provides server-side rendering, static site generation, and API routes, making it ideal for building dynamic websites and web applications. It offers great SEO support and an easy setup for production deployment. Vite, on the other hand, is a fast build tool and development server designed for modern web applications. It focuses on speed and simplicity with features like fast hot model replacement or HMR and native support for TypeScript, JSX, and more. However, it's more lightweight and doesn't include server-side rendering like Next.js. In short, choose Next.js if you need a full-featured framework with SSR and static site generation. Opt for Vite if you want faster build times and a simple setup for front-end projects. Thanks for watching.
Should I really choose Next.js? Okay, what was the... Okay, let's go back to AI. What did it say? What did it say? So well, I don't like the popularity, so I think Next.js might be it. It's a better fit. Thought. So what was the downside of using the Next.js? So Next.js. The end. Wait, exploit. Okay, I could take a look. at this. 6 minutes. Let's see.
Right now,
Why is
there's a lot of critique around
okay.
Next.js. A lot of people are talking about moving on from Next.js to other frameworks. So in this video, I want to cover the Next.js situation, if it's as bad as it sounds, and if you should also consider moving away from it. Now, obviously, you have heard about the vulnerability from last week. Next.js has had a huge vulnerability in code affecting thousands, if not millions of applications, and this allowed to potential hackers to basically bypass authorization and authentication. Now, they have addressed the situation, and they have also published patches, so you should just update your Next.js projects to be on the safe side. And of course, having a vulnerability is something that happens in all major frameworks, but I think that the way they have handled this one is not optimal. If you just take a look at the timeline, you can see that this vulnerability have been reported almost a month ago, and by the time that they have fixed all the versions of Next.js that are still supported, it has been a month. And I think it should be something that enables you as
Really? Okay. Interesting. Vulnerability, developer experience.
Next.js. There are four major problems that I personally have experienced in Next.js. I'm sure if you worked with Next.js before, you can relate to these. So the first one is the developer experience. Next.js, generally speaking, does feel like a black box. Like when you're working on it, it feels like if you are not on the website and reading the documentation, it's as if you're missing something. And that's something that you don't always get to experience with other libraries and frameworks. So in the pages router, for example, you have the methods get static props and get static paths, which are functions that you export to tell Next.js about the static URLs in your application. Now the thing is, this is just a normal export that you have next to your React component. And if you don't read it in the documentation, there's basically no way of finding it out, which means that you should always have documentation open on the side. And the same goes, for example, for defining the metadata. Now, if you had a function that you would import from Next.js, like the find page or something like that, that takes multiple arguments like metadata or static props, then it would be easy for a developer to just control click on it and read the comments and the documentation of that function. Then we have to address the elephant in the room, which is caching. Caching in Next.js, I don't know why, but it's a huge topic and it's just a constant pain. I have had so many times where I just had some UI that was not updating for the user, and I just had to somehow find where the caching is happening. There are 4 types of caching built in, and how to invalidate that type of caching. And honestly, caching should be something that enables you as a developer and also just augments the quality of your software for the user, but it feels like it comes with a lot of challenges and really takes a while to actually understand how it works. Now, looking at this picture, you probably get PTSD. The hydration errors in Next.js are a real thing, and I think that they have improved a lot in the last update, but it has always been a challenge to figure out what was the reason behind this. And it was funny that sometimes the reason behind this was having a Chrome extension that somehow messed up with the web page. So that's just something to keep in mind. And then there's the topic of blurring the lines between Next.js and other technologies. You don't know where Next.js stops and where other technologies start. And you can see this in multiple places, for example, in the fetch function, where they have extended it to include a cache option, but also when it comes to server components, especially in the beginning where I was still wrapping my head around server components, it was really hard to split between React and Next.js, and it just seems like they were melting together, and I could not understand, is this part of Next.js or React? Another thing to consider with Next.js is the constant change, which is something that directly affects the developers, and being a bleeding edge technology always
This is very nice video. I like the pacing of it, simplicity. It's a good video if I can speed it up and watch it pretty comfortably.
following the latest React.js updates and versions means that you always have to deal with new concepts, and that can seriously lead to developer fatigue. With each update, I have the feeling that there's a new pattern, a new correct way of doing things, and I think on the long term, that just ends up overwhelming developers. There's a great video by Aaron Francis talking about this topic, especially regarding to React. I'm going to link to it. You should definitely check it out. Now, one last crucial point that you have to consider is, of course, the landscape of React.js. You probably know where I'm going with this, but there are some great alternatives to Next.js right now that simply did not exist before. Tanstack Start is looking really promising. If you have used any Tanstack library like Tanstack Router, which is for routing in React,
Yeah, that's. I'm great. Okay, great, 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 great channel to find. I quit.
right now,
Oh, that was good.
right now there
That was good.
Why we ditched Next.
All of you dev YouTubers, first make a video about how we are using Next.js and make microservices. Okay.
Next.js and never looked back. So I came across this blog post the other day on X, and this seems like an interesting blog, so I want to go over this blog with you guys in this video. Put in my real views on Next.js because we use it extensively on Fermyon as well as on Codedam, which are two platforms we are working on. And Next.js is everywhere. If you use Fermyon, if you use websites that are powered by Fermyon, you will see all websites are built with Next.js. So I'm interested to read this blog post and give you my honest opinions as well. I don't have a very strong bias towards Next.js, but we are people who take the best tools for the job on the market. And I know for a fact that Next.js is not like a holy grail tool, so I'm interested to see what this blog post covers. So when we first chose Next.js, we understood the trade-offs. SSR frameworks work well for marketing and docs, while single-page applications are better for real-time.
Can't I just watch the read the blog post myself? I think that's easier. Let me just at February. Over performance, reliability, and developer experience, we help companies deploy. Okay. Yeah, they do a lot of stuff. We successfully scaled documentation sites as well. Marketing and docs. Single page application for real-time data heavy apps. Isn't hard if you know what you're doing. Self itself as an all-in-one solution. Yeah. Philosophy even worse. The same company. At this point, it's becoming pattern. Poor performance. Basic page. Multiple times per week. Oh, what is this? Try and catch your email. No, no, thank you. What did I press? All right. So it's performance stuff. Okay. We had two choices. Ripped it off. Astro and Nanoframe, we built our own server-side rendering system using plain React and Express. Okay. Huh? It took us 3 days to replace Next.js for docs. It was a couple of days to replace it for our marketing side. tightly it's coupled with Vercel, features often work best or only on Vercel. Expensive hosting. Since the switch shares should you do it? If you have a tiny site, Next.js is fine. If you care about performances, scalability of having control over your tech stack, exploded, slow, and unnecessarily complex. Yeah, they use Express. What was it? Vimium doesn't work on that side. Doesn't work on this side either. What? Okay. React and Express. Sure. React app. When was this done? 2018. Okay, back. Okay, let's go back here.
When building an app, it's easy to get confused between Express.js and Node.js. Both are powerful tools, but which one should you choose? Node.js is an open source cross-platform JavaScript.
Wait, can I use the... Wait. Huh? I'm already excluding them. I'm just curious if I can use these to go over. Yes, interesting. Good, nice.
JavaScript runtime that runs on servers. It uses an asynchronous event-driven model and is built on Google Chrome's V8 engine, making it super fast and efficient. Many big companies like PayPal, LinkedIn, GoDaddy, and Netflix use Node.js to power their applications. It's great for building scalable network applications that can handle a lot of traffic. Express.js, on the other hand, is a web application framework for Node.js. It makes web development simpler and faster with its robust set of features. Companies like AccuWeather, Yumly, MySpace, and Accenture use Express.js to build their web apps. Express.js is perfect for creating APIs, serving static files, and building real-time services like chat applications. People often confuse Node.js and Express.js because Express is built on top of Node. They both help in building scalable apps that handle multiple connections efficiently. But there are key differences. Node.js is a runtime environment that allows JavaScript to run on the server side. It's known for its speed, scalability, and vast library of modules. Express.js is a framework that simplifies the development process. It offers powerful routing APIs, middleware, and HTTP utility methods. However, Express.js doesn't have an inbuilt ORM system or ways to interact with databases directly. So, when should you use each? Node.js is ideal for high-performance real-time applications like online multiplayer games or stock market trackers. It's also great for data streaming apps and on-demand services like Uber. Node.js can handle thousands of concurrent connections with ease, making it perfect for applications requiring high scalability and real-time communication. On the other hand, Express.js is your go-to for building lightweight applications, REST APIs, and real-time services. It's especially useful for startups needing to quickly build a minimum viable product. Express.js provides a minimalist structure that allows developers to add only the features they need, making it very flexible and easy to manage. At ProCoders, we recommend migrating to Node.js when you need a strong foundation for developing new features and building projects from scratch more efficiently. Node.js's event-driven architecture and non-blocking I/O operations allow for high performance and scalability. However, if you're already using Node.js and need a more flexible and simpler framework for rapid development,
Yeah, this was very nice video. Very clear. ProCoders web and app development. Transportation app 2 months ago. What is the web? Okay. They switched to humor. Yeah, this, what is it? 8 rows. It's way too much. Was it here than where I said it? Yeah, 6 is fine. Very nice. Didn't learn anything. What I got from this was that I'm not going to use. I'm just going to use React and Node.js. And then just figure out stuff, but this is safe choice. Yeah, I don't remember that well how everything worked, so there is a lot of learning to do, but it should be okay. TypeScript, I haven't written that much, so that's also something I need to learn still. I'm getting tired. Yeah, I think I will just leave it here. What is this? Huh? Source spec. Bookmarks. Okay, that explains it. So yeah, I can leave that. Stream 13. Went through technology choices website. React, Node.js. Pretty much. Yeah, that also actually at this point I might update. Let's leave the full screen mode. Let's do 5 random. So documenting. Finishing stream. Last tasks. I don't know. Created the website. What else? What did I do? Yeah, OBS. It's not in order. Then of course one task is to create a thumbnail. So this time, let's just open this. Actually, I need to rename these. Wait, let me rename them first. This is thumbnail random. And this is my setup. So that's this self imp. This is very small. Doesn't make it bigger. Maybe, yeah. I think that was that. And this is the thumbnail 0. That's fine. Just do this. Right. So here I have life work first time, then, but I always have random. Maybe that's not. Should I use a little time to create a new thumbnail? No. Maybe, yeah. I'm a bit tired. So let me first rename this. Life work. So I will change the this, and then I think it was in OBS. Just quickly go and grab that color. So it was B2F2BB. Wait. Oh, yeah, I I thought about this after I created the after last stream, that why am I making these squares? What am I getting out of this? Because I can just create a new layer, sure. I can just draw this. Why not? Paint. So I can just first let's change the color. What was it? B2F2BB. So what if I size hardness? I want hardness to be 100%. Yeah, I can just do this. Maybe other way. That's it. Immediately it becomes more interesting, but also it's much easier to edit. So this is it. Come on, let's collaborate. I want to help humanity. How? By improving democracy, life work. Although now, yeah, now let me change this. Rename it to under category. So category 1. So I have the text here. Let me first resize it. Actually, yeah. This I will do this later. It was no, it wasn't there. Yeah, let me do this later. What shortcut is it? P. That's annoying. Let's make bigger brush. Yeah, that works. Although I already hate it, but it's what it is. So in future, I will start making proper thumbnails and actually giving information what I covered in the video or in the stream in this case. So do I now have the thumbnail? No, don't open that. Yeah, I have the thumbnail, good. Let's go to Firefox and YouTube. Cracker Milk. Wait, 2 million views. Should I watch this? Maybe I want to watch this. Yeah, my channel, I want to change maybe some names. Or maybe I ignore this. Yeah. Because here I started to change the names, but here I didn't. What did I do last time? Continue simplify my life. Yeah, let's simplify my life. Where I'd live. Okay. And then I will change this. Wait, I'm live now. Can't I just change it right away? What were my thoughts? Web. Stuff about web technologies. Research. What? Search. And then thumbnail. Change it right away. Life work. It's terrible. But that's. I like it. That it's not very good. Easier to improve it. Did it save it or not? Not sure. Yes, good. Then I can end this and I don't need to change anything. Nice. Nice, nice. Wait, what was it? Almost 4 hours.